Hello there everyone, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. My name is Gord, and today we're going to examine the research center in the aftermath of our last flight. As you may recall, we went to the moon for Christmas. So, this is the annoying part. 268 science. Each one of these costs 90, which means I am exactly 2 science short of being able to purchase 3 of them. Exactly 2. So, rather than buying some parts, I am going to immediately run a second mission to the moon with almost exactly the same ship. We're just going to make a few tweaks to it because where we are, the Munar Shot Mark II. So the changes that we are going to make... Oh, hold that thought. Hold that thought. I just realized I forgot something pretty important. Be right back. And welcome back. Just realized I forgot to adjust something on the sound front. The first couple minutes should be fine, but we will hope for the best. Alright, so in my last experiment, we discovered a few very important things. One of which... What the heck? Hello? Something's stuck here, isn't it? It's Alt that lets me copy things, right? Yeah, there we go. Loose battery. So, we had too much power. Way too much electrical power for what we needed to accomplish. So I've yanked off a ring of batteries. Now, other thing we've managed to do, we've successfully done temperature readings, and we've successfully done our barometer readings. Of course, a lander will have different needs all by itself, but this should do the job. So those guys stay there. Now then, I'm trying to recall, I can't remember if there are any other science devices. There's the accelerometer, but that will have to actually be landed on the planet to be of any use to me. And goo is only useful if I actually return. Which I really shouldn't put all my eggs in one basket. There's it's bad enough this thing's as big and as complicated as it is. Trying to convert this to a moon return ship, which is going to be my next project. It'll be a return probe for bringing goo back. And hopefully, if I set it up right, for dropping off an accelerometer on the planet. We could probably kill 2 birds with 1 stone with that. Anyways, that's a project for another day. This is going to be just basically my second practice at getting to the moon. So we'll cut it short. I'll snip out bits and bobs that you guys don't need to watch, because I don't really want to do this as another 2-parter if I can help it. 2 parts of something you've seen already is probably not all that exciting. Whoa. Alright, hold it together. Wow. That did not look pretty, did it? Well, throttling up. 60%. SAS on. Yeah, I remember that was one of the big problems with this ship, is it is wobbly. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Hello? What is with my computer today? I don't know. Have any of you ever seen it do that before? Yeah. Why did it just combine all of my stages? Okay. Give me a minute. Something is acting really wrong with Kerbal Space Program today. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Welcome back. Still not sure what was happening, but I think I've solved it. Maybe Fraps was taking over the keyboard or something. Anyways, SAS on. Where's the moon today? Can we see the moon? Is the moon in the sky? No, it is not. We'll have to get up higher. Alright, launching in 3, 2, 1. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. For our second Munar orbital mission. This time, our goal is to put this thing into a polar orbit. Because a polar orbit will allow us to hit most, if not all, of the remaining biomes on the moon with the Gravioli scan, which I neglected to hotkey. Oops. That's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Alright. Ooh, are we tipping? We're tipping just a little bit. Not enough to be a serious worry, especially because that's more or less the direction I want to make my gravity turn here in a minute. But definitely something I'm going to have to keep an eye on. Looking good. Wonder why that's set as a target. Oh, yeah, that was a... Whoa. Okay. No more tipping. Yeah, isn't that interesting? It just starts to tip just as we come out of the lower atmosphere. And it kind of starts losing it. That's very interesting. I wonder if we're going too fast, or if it's just simply the stability of this thing that's just completely out of my control. Alright, let's give it a little... Whoa. Oof. Okay, those burnout on those engines was pretty nasty. Alright, let's give it a bit more of a gravity turn here. We're up and out of the atmosphere anyways. Alright, lock it there. And let's see what we got. Altitude-wise, we are in our orbital insertion altitude, so let's give it a good solid tipping, because we need to start our orbital burn big time. And there's no reason not to do it really well right now. Okay, lock it there. And this is the orbital burn. Whoa, 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 whoa. Keep that nose down, big guy. Nose down. Down, boy. I mean, I know you want to get into a nice high orbit, but we don't need a super high orbit for this to work. Man. Well. We've used up a lot more of that RCS fuel than I would have liked already. So let's see how well this will do without the RCS on, because it would be nice to save some fuel. And launching stage 2. Bit of a loss of control there, but nothing too serious. This is our orbital burn attempt here. Once again, it's looking good. It'll be tight, but that's exactly what we expect from this particular rocket design. Oh, okay. Well, let's hope that this doesn't screw up. My monitor is having some issues. I forgot to reset the electrics on it before starting the recording. It's got some sort of weird capacitor issue, which I have not been able to identify, but no, I kept stable here. I think this launch went much better than the last one. Just on a... I'm just gonna say, I think that this launch went far better than the previous one. I think we're getting a lot more bang for our fuel here. Apoapsis is still rising. Yeah, so polar orbit's going to be a little more energy cost to get to the orbit. But if I plan my Kerbin breakout burn correctly, I should be able to put this thing right around the moon. Anyways, I'm going to cut right here, and I will rejoin you guys when we're in a nice circularized orbit. Be right back. Success. It's not a very clean orbit, 145 at that end and 100 at that end, but you know what? For a moonshot, it's not such a big deal. So now, what we need to do is figure out what it's going to take to maneuver us out of Kerbin orbit and into orbit around the moon. So the first thing is to make sure we're actually targeting the moon. There we are. So we want to come in behind the moon, as is pretty much traditional, like so. Alright. So that's pretty much the same angle we came in at last time. So what we need to do is take it in, we need to come in high, like so. Okay. Well, let's drop a little bit out of here. We're going to burn a little later. We want to get a nice close approach to the moon. It's really hard to exactly... I wonder if there's any way to change our focus here. So that's a nice tight periapsis, but what angle are we coming in? Is that coming in above? I think it is. You know what? I think that's close enough to being something of a... It's not a perfect... Actually, it is pretty much exactly what I want. So that's going to bring... If I'm reading this right, it'll bring it in 26,000 kilometers... 26 kilometers above the pole of the moon. So that's just about an ideal... As far as ideal shots go, that's just about perfect. So all we need to do now is orient our ship. Alright, we need to unset target because we just want to focus on our burn target here, which is 27 minutes away. So we're just using reaction wheels for this, and then we'll use RCS to, oh, never mind. All right, there we go. Lock it in place. RCS lock. So this is a very nice little rig. This central rig here. I mean, it's got a lot of juice in it. All right, and RCS off to save fuel. And now we wait and hope for the best. A little time acceleration. 100 times. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Look at this world flying by. 9, 8, 7. All right, slowing down a little. That was probably too much. Back up to 50, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. And nice. So the moon will be rising in just a moment here. Let's start our burn. Okay, give it some more gas. More full fuel, full throttle. Okay, so we're going for a Munar polar orbit, if my calculations are correct. Let's get it here and watch. You'll use this to watch our trajectory a little. We might have to put the RCS on if we start sliding off of our burn line. But here we go. It's always the most unnerving part of this, is hoping that you've got, you know, because it always feels so slow at the beginning as this apoapsis rises towards our target. I sure hope I got this right. Oh, if I didn't, I'm sure I can work around it. Alright, let's get back to this. Fine controls are definitely on, which is good. And continuing our burn. I'm really putting my trust in this computer planning controls thing, that it's going to steer us at the angle we need to go to get to the moon. Interesting orbit that kicks us into, though. If we didn't put in... that is what a gravitational slingshot looks like, in case you're curious. Going around the moon and slinging us into this completely eccentric orbit. That may actually be very useful for getting us actually out of the solar system, or out of the local area. We might be able to use this to sling us up to one of the further out planets like Ike or Gilly or something, with a fairly significant savings of energy in the process. Okay, that is tipping upwards. Look at that. Look at that. That's perfect. Oh, here comes the burst of speed, shall we say? Yeah. Yeah, it's angling upwards beautifully. It is going to intersect with the planned angle quite beautifully. Some of these burns take so long, though. Hard to believe that 3/4 of the energy used for this burn was less than half of the distance to the moon. It's a fascinating mathematical conundrum, the effect of gravity wells on rockets' trajectory, and how the further out you go, the less it costs you to go further. I mean, it actually is borne out by reality. I looked it up because I was really curious about it, and it's pretty much exactly the same issues that they deal with in with NASA. Whoa, what was that noise? No idea. But we are off course. Come on, back on course. Back on course. There we are. Here we go. Let's hope we're going to get a Munar encounter here. I think we're a little off. Uh-oh. Alright, where are we wound up? What is going on? Kerbal Moon? We need to come in over it. Here we go, here we go. Alright, we're going through it. Alright, what's happened? Kerbal? Oh, we've missed... Oh, shoot, we missed the moon? Alright, we need to get rid of this. We need to set as target. Okay, closest approach. Shoot, we are way off. Alright, wow, that sucks. Well, let's see if we can still put ourselves into a proper orbit around the moon here. It might just be... What a weird... Oh, hey, there we are. Alright, so there's our Munar encounter. And there's our burn to enter what would be a fairly ugly and messy polar orbit around the moon. Let's just make sure it's not going to be a disastrously close polar orbit. We'll put that maybe, oh no, a little, add the maneuver. Okay. Well, it says here in fine print, maybe? There we are. That's an orbit around the moon. That's a really ugly, that's a dangerous orbit, in fact. 10,000. There we are. That should do it. At least we're not orbiting through the moon. Okay, well, I am going to catch you guys at our attempt at a Munar encounter here. Let's just hope I haven't screwed this up too badly here. Alright, be back in a minute. Okay guys, we got a problem. So it turns out my Munar encounter is indeed a collision course, which means we have a very little amount of time to actually put ourselves into a functional orbit here. Like, you know, almost no time at all. So we need to get ourselves into a... simultaneously somehow close this orbit. There we are. There's a periapsis. So that's the burn that will keep us from dying and from this being a failure. On the bright side, we're coming in on a polar trajectory. So if I can pull this off, we won't totally fail. So, yeah. So the orbital trajectory... Oh, no. Stop. Before horrible things happen. Okay, where's our burn? We need an angle of burn here. Come on. Come on, give it to me. Where is it? Shoot, did I just damage my maneuver? There we are. We want to do that as soon as possible. That'll put us in a nice 50-second burn. Okay, where's our angle of attack, though? Shoot, we are burning up our RCS really fast. I'm probably still not carrying enough of this fool stuff. Where's our burn? Where's our burn? Come on. I'll just go into it. There we are. There we are. Stop us right there. Alright, in 52 minutes, we shall burn to save the mission. Because apparently getting into this polar orbit type thing is not an easy prospect at all. Alright, lock it. Alright, RCS off. Alright, and here we go. The burn that will save us from crashing into the top of the moon. Because that's what's going to happen if we leave it the way it is. 4, 3, 32. I am a compulsive counter. I compulsively count things down as we approach. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, RCS back on. Come on. Come on. Orbit. There we go. It's coming. Not long now. So that's the good news. This is going to work exactly as planned. Well, I mean, you know, minus the massive oops that is... You know what? That's far enough. That should be far enough. Okay. Now then, we reorient ourselves for a... Okay, get rid of the extra crap. Go away. Come on. Go away. There we go. Extra crap gone. Now we orient ourselves for retrograde. Actually, you know what? We'll do this as a planned maneuver again. Add a maneuver. Retrograde burn to drop us into Munar orbit. Nice and tight. Hopefully without dropping our periapsis so low that we crash. Actually, if we do this a little soon, nope, that'll... That's about as good as we're going to get to start. It might actually not be bad to raise our periapsis just a little further here. There we are. That gives us a little more maneuvering space to not crash. That gives us a slightly oblique but not entirely awful orbit. So, lock her in place right there. Accelerate time, not the ship. And in 42 minutes... and a lot less, we will burn ourselves into a Munar orbit. 2, 1... Oh, here we are again. Back at the moon. And let's just adjust this to be a orbital burn. Here we go. Coming around, and down it comes. You burn that apoapsis down. Down, down, down. Come into a distance where I can actually do something useful around this planet. Whoa, 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 whoa. You little bugger. That could have sucked a lot. Come on. Well, at least I'm not in escape orbit anymore. Alright. Down, down, down. A little further. Ladies and gentlemen, a polar Munar research orbit. And that is just about exactly the maneuver I planned. So we're going to just drop her down a little further. Down into the very close, that should do. That's almost a circularized orbit. 40, 35, 38, 37, boom, 36, 35. That's good enough. You know what? That's good enough. Don't mess with perfection. Just turn off your reaction wheel. Turn on the antennas. And cry about... Yay! I thought I had lost my settings to log gravioli scans. Anyhow, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to cut the video here in a few minutes. A few seconds for you, probably about 20-30 minutes for me. I will be back and I'll let you know how many additional biomes I managed to get science from. See you shortly. Program. Hey guys, we're back. I may have made a slight error in judgment about the rocket that's up there right now. It's entirely conceivable I may have accidentally disabled all the batteries in a misguided attempt to save electricity, which, by the way, doesn't work. As soon as you do that, you completely lose communication with the device. Anyways, chalk that up to another lesson learned and another eventual deorbiting project for a future date. But I did manage to scan make five gravioli scans on the polar orbit. A couple of craters I'd missed that were at odd places, the polar highlands and lowlands, of course. So in all, I'm going to consider this a win because I think 2, 3, 4... 9 times 4 is 36. Is sufficient. I could buy all the components in Tier 4 here, but I could use 160 to get my struts back, because this guy right here is really making me sad, and it's sort of critical to design. You know, it would be really nice to be able to have my struts back for some of my designs. And I think we'll get the docking ports, because that'll allow us to begin, we could build a very minor orbital refueling station, assuming this allows the fuel cross-feed capable. There we go. So this would allow us to refuel rockets in orbit if I can set up a small refueling station. Not traditional, but a different way of approaching it. Some stuff that would make the big rockets a little more efficient. Slightly more efficient communications system. I think it's a lot less electricity, uses less electricity. And ooh, better parachute, maybe. Double the size, now with only 50% of the structural integrity. Probably not that helpful. Oh, man, is that ever unnerving. Okay, well, I definitely want... Let's get our Clampetron here and see what's in these two sets. We have some new reaction wheels, different kind of monopropellant tank. Inline electrics would be really nice too. The mainsail engines. And that's the next big one. And then the real poodle, which I believe I have the predecessor to right now. Yeah, here it is. The LV420, engine max power 50. So this is the true poodle, and it's about 4 times more powerful than the engine I used to get my ship into the orbit around the moon. But that's another 160 science. Oh, tough decision. Struts for structural integrity. Struts. I have never been happy with how my ships perform without struts. The wobbling and the shaking and the shimmying and all that. I'm quite sure that's going to be worth the purchase right there. Where's the next science tool? I know there's another science tool out there somewhere. I guess the seismometer and the goo are the most recent ones I've unlocked. This is the one that doesn't come with EVA. This is going to be the node that'll give us the ability to actually EVA during space flights, which is another actual source of science, potentially. So, just FYI, I haven't downloaded... Okay, struts. Strut connectors. Boom. I haven't downloaded 0.23 yet. I'm actually waiting until Flowerchild's next release. He said something about probably... I'm going to save the 143 because that's enough for any one of these, and I don't know which one I'm going to need right now. So let's just leave it at this for the moment, and we'll go back to that. Anyways, Minmus has biomes now, and under normal circumstances, my next major mission would be 1-2 Minmus, but as of the date of this recording, the new biomes haven't been balanced, so we're going to have to wait that till next time. Anyways, that's our Moon Mission 2. I bought some tech, and now it's time to call it quits, and I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good evening.